We often carry a quiet reality that we rarely admit out loud. There are seasons where living by faith simply feels exhausting. In these moments, rejoicing feels out of reach. Enduring the weight of a trial feels like it's draining the last of our willpower. And eventually, prayer starts to feel like just one more chore we aren't quite managing to finish. When our strength begins to fade, we usually default to one of two reactions. We either grit our teeth and try to muscle through on our own, or we drift into a state of passive waiting, hoping our circumstances will eventually change on their own. These defaults rarely end well. Trying to carry the weight alone leads directly to burnout, while passive waiting often turns into deep-seated bitterness. Scripture avoids asking us to ignore our pain or pretend life is easy. Instead, it provides Romans 12:12 as a specific, actionable rhythm, a way to anchor ourselves when our own strength runs dry. This rhythm begins with a familiar but often misunderstood command: rejoice in hope. True joy stands apart from toxic positivity. It has little to do with the expectation that everything will go according to our personal plans, or that our problems will disappear tomorrow. We rejoice because our hope rests on the unchanging character of God. Even when our daily circumstances are in chaos, His promises in Jesus Christ remain steadfast and our future remains secure. That security allows us to move into the second part of the verse: be patient in tribulation. This is the call to faithful endurance. Biblical patience differs from the cultural idea of passive waiting, that feeling of just sitting in a waiting room until a difficult season finally passes. Faithful endurance is active. It is the daily decision to continue trusting and obeying God in the middle space, that period where the situation hasn't changed and the road ahead remains completely uncertain. These two concepts operate in a loop. Hope provides the concrete reason we need to sustain active endurance, preventing us from slipping into resentment while we wait. The rhythm is completed by the third pillar: be constant in prayer. A constant prayer life remains accessible even when we lack perfect words, high energy, or emotional strength. Prayer serves to keep us in close proximity to God. It is the practice of staying near Him, whether that involves a deep conversation or a simple, desperate cry for help. These three commands form a symbiotic loop. Hope gives us reason to endure. Endurance reveals our need for God, and prayer practices that dependence. As prayer draws us close, it feeds back into hope, fueling our endurance for tomorrow. Romans 12:12 functions as an integrated spiritual ecosystem, a daily lifeline that remains effective only when all three parts move together. Adopting this rhythm rarely results in an immediate fix for our problems. The trial may remain, and the weight on your heart may stay just as heavy as it was before. However, the burden shifts as you stop carrying it alone. You begin the process of turning daily worries into prayers and transforming a season of waiting into a season of worship. Take a second to consider your own life right now. Which part of this rhythm is currently missing? Ask yourself, do you need renewed hope? Do you need the strength to endure without becoming bitter? Or do you simply need to return to a more constant prayer life? Jesus Christ is present in every situation you face, providing the very strength that you cannot produce for yourself. Carry these three pillars with you as the rhythm for whatever tomorrow brings. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer.